look at a few ways we can make our resume more interactive. Before we do that, let's talk a little bit about where we might want to use this. So for an interactive resume, we may want to use that as something that we have on our LinkedIn or something that we can email directly to someone who's interested in hiring us. It would not be appropriate to use interactive elements for something that you are uploading to a company or other job application site. For that, you want to use a PDF. You want to keep it very simple, making sure that that PDF reader can catch your keywords. It would also not be appropriate for something that you print and take to a career fair. Now for this, I'm using a template that I got from Adobe Stock just to have something to get us started with. This video really isn't about resume design. It's just about those interactive elements. So you can either use a template, use something you already have, or place something you designed in your Google Drive or Word right into InDesign. To get started, we're going to switch our workspace to digital publishing. That workspace is going to give us access to the key elements we want to work with. Let's start with hyperlinks. So we're going to add some hyperlinks to email, and we could also do this for social channels. We could do this for our website, all kinds of possibilities. So let's say in this text, I reference my website. So I've highlighted that text. I'm going to use my flyout menu, say new hyperlink. I'm going to link to a URL. And what I want to do is copy and paste that link. So let's go ahead and copy and paste that. Highlight this. And there's our URL. And we're going to style it in our hyperlink style. And we'll hit OK. So now you can see that is styled as a hyperlink. Well, let's say that we want to email and we're using, say, an icon for an email. I'm just going to draw a box to replicate this. So we'll say that that's an email icon. Again, I'm going to highlight my email. I'm going to select my object, new hyperlink, and this time I'm going to drop down to email. While we're here, let's talk about some of the other functions we have within this new hyperlink. If I link to a file, that would need to be something like on a shared server. So if you were sending it to someone in KU, you could use OneDrive. If you had a multi-page document, you could link to specific pages or text anchors within those pages. I'm going to choose email and paste that in. And we can add for the subject line. So now that, and we can tell that that is an object that links by the dashes around it. And now we can use our hyperlink panel to test these. So if I see a green dot, that means it's good to go. I click it, it will go to the URL. The email icon means it's going to open up my default email and email to that link. Now let's say instead of having text in this spot, I'm going to incorporate a video. So I'm going to go ahead and draw the space where I'm going to place my video. And this is a really good place to show off a talent you have, demonstrate a skill you have. If you're in broadcast, you can use a little clip of yourself during the broadcast. I'm going to go ahead and file, place. And in this case, I'm just grabbing a quick recording that I've done previously. So we've got our video in there. And to preview this, let's move that back over here. We're going to open our media tab. And you can see there's our video.
Great.
So we can test that video. And I can click this preview spread button to see what it looks like on the spread. Now you see why it's important to look at that preview, because that video is actually way bigger than this space. So I want to select that video, and I'm just going to go Object, Fitting, and fill frame proportionally. And so now when I look at that preview, you can see that's what it's actually going to look like. And you can see we have play skin there and everything. Now we also have other options right here where we could play on the page load. We can show a specific image. Very helpful here for our preview. Now, you notice that I left this little interactive PDF may not support playback controls for audio and video. If you choose play on page load, that will automatically play when someone opens the file. Now, not only can you save things as an interactive PDF, but you can also publish online. When we publish online, we would be able to see all of those playback controls. So let's go ahead and see what it's going to look like with a publish online. All right, let's go ahead and view our document. And so there's our published online, and we've got our video right in there that we can watch, as well as our link there and there. Now, if we're not going to be sharing this online, so this is great for like your LinkedIn, the other way we can save things is as an interactive PDF. To do that, we'll go File, Export, and down in our format, we're going to make sure we have Adobe PDF Interactive selected. We'll go ahead and save that out. Let's take a look at what that looks like. So you can see in this case, it didn't activate. What I might want to do...
Right. Okay, let's just start up.
So what I may want to do if I'm going to save that is add just a little text here that says, click to play video. That way, users know what they need to do. And it's not just a blank spot. So hopefully that gives you some ideas of ways you can make your resume a little more interactive and a little interesting.